Hey Animal Crossers, and welcome back to Ladybug Island. Today I'm designing a school complete with a treehouse library and so much more. Thank you so much for your sweet comments on the first episode of this series. If you haven't seen that episode and want to watch me design the entrance to this island, definitely check it out. And thank you to Jess Nugget, who left a comment on the first episode suggesting the schoolhouse idea. As soon as I saw this comment, my brain thought of two very nostalgic things from my childhood: the Magic School Bus and also the Magic Treehouse book series. I loved Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus so much when I was a kid. She had the most amazing outfits and I really admired her desire to explore. I didn't even read any of the Magic Treehouse books, but I remember the covers of them so vividly for some reason. Let me know if you read them below and also if you enjoyed the Magic School Bus. Anyways, I decided that my goal today is to build a school with the adventurous vibes of Miss Frizzle, and I want to have a treehouse library and some sort of storytelling area. Hopefully we will reach these goals. You'll have to let me know what you think after watching the episode. If you like Animal Crossing videos, you're in luck because I post daily shorts and weekly-ish videos, so be sure to subscribe and join your fellow Animal Crossers. And if you like satisfying and peaceful puzzle games, you're in double luck because this episode is sponsored by Merge Gardens. I've been taking short breaks between editing sessions lately, and instead of just doom scrolling, I've been playing this game called Merge Gardens. It's a relaxing puzzle game where you clean up and restore a garden by merging different items like plants, trees, and wildlife. The art in this game is super cozy, the animations are really satisfying, there's no stress, no timers, it's just a really laid-back game that's easy to sink into. There's also a mysterious plot happening in the background, like some characters are turned into topiaries. I don't really know what's going on yet, but I'm definitely invested. Merge Gardens is free to play, it's on mobile and PC, and they're always adding new content like seasonal events, challenges, and other stuff. If you want to try Merge Gardens, which you totally should, you can use my link in the description or scan the QR code that's on the screen. That'll also get you a little starter bonus, and it helps support the channel too. Thank you again to Merge Gardens for sponsoring today's video. I play on this island a ton between episodes, and there's always a lot of things happening off screen, so I'm introducing this new segment where we'll head over to Ladybug's bulletin board before each episode, and I'll give you an update on what's happened since you've last been here. The first update is that one of you made a flag, like an actual custom flag design for Ladybug. Thank you so much to Jessica. I absolutely love this design so much. I didn't even know that we were that official, y'all, but I am very honored. Here is the custom flag. You may have seen the TikTok that I made about it a few days ago. It is so adorable and perfect for Ladybug. Thank you again to Jessica. This is definitely going to be the permanent flag for the island. My favorite detail is probably the ladybug. As you've probably been able to tell by now, I love ladybugs. I even dressed up as one as my first Halloween costume, so yeah, the lore goes deep. In villager news, sadly Ozzy has moved on to greener islands, but that does mean that I did get an open plot and I was able to go and adopt a Biscuit from a treasure island. I know, Ozzy was so sweet, and I did agree with a lot of you who said that he fit pretty well into the island, but I still have zero regrets. I mean, look at how cute Biscuit is, and look at how cute his house is. Honestly, he's so underrated. That means we have 8 out of my 10 dreamies for this island. The only 2 we're missing now are Broccolo and Cleo. The last update is just that Timbra visited my campsite, and I realized I've been overlooking this queen for so long. I did not invite her to Ladybug, but I will not forget her, and hopefully we can meet again someday. Okay, Animal Crossers, I think you're all caught up now on Ladybug news, so let's finally get into crafting the perfect little schoolhouse for Ladybug Island. So last time we left off working on the right side of the plaza, and that's exactly where I wanted to pick things back up today for the school build. The main focus of my build today is the actual school building. I really had 2 options with this. I could either try to make a faux building using castle items or simple panels or stuff like that, or I could use one of the pre-existing buildings that's already on my island. I decided that I wanted to use my player house as the actual school building. I just just think it gives me more flexibility with the exterior. It looks more realistic, and I love the idea of being able to decorate inside of the building too. So before even choosing where to place the school, I went ahead and customized the house to actually look like a school. I went with a pink and red exterior with a yellow door. I'm really hoping that it gives off schoolhouse vibes. Honestly, I just love the colors. It reminds me of Starburst, and that is the exact kind of aesthetic that I'm going for on this island. To set things up, I started by expanding the road from where we left off last time. I just extended it out to the edge of the plaza so that everything would line up nicely and look super satisfying. I also added the custom path border that I've been using, and then I threw in a little crosswalk here because I thought it made sense for the school area. I wanted to place the school right at the end of this road, but I needed to make a little bit more room first. I wanted to use a pretty big space of land to make the school and all of the little builds that I'm planning to go around it. So I trimmed the river off at these 2 points, and then I cleared out everything in between. That gave me plenty of space left to work with, so I went ahead and placed the house building kit right here. Now, I know it's not gonna line up perfectly with the road, and trust me, I wanted it to, but it is just not possible. The road is 4 blocks wide and the house is 5 blocks wide, so there's literally nothing I can do about it. It's just gonna have to be slightly off, and that's fine, I guess. Like Miss Frizzle said, take chances, make mistakes, get messy. After expanding the road, I'm left with these 2 spaces on either side of the road that are going to be more a part of the plaza and the entrance area, and not really in the actual schoolyard space, so I wanted to go ahead and decorate those before we started on the school and stuff. I kept things really simple, and on the left side, I made a seating area with these pink plastic benches, and I made a cute pattern with some shrubs. I also reused the pattern that I made at the island's entrance with this green brick, and I'll probably be using this all around the island since I love how it looks. And I made sure to include some little bug friends to make it extra lively and fun. I alternated some green and yellow park fencing here as well, just to separate this space from the schoolyard, which will be up above. And on the right side of the road, I decided to make a cute vending area. I used another pink plastic bench against the river with this cute gyroid in a puddle. Of course, I needed vending machines, so I placed some on top of this brick, and down this way I also laid out some grassy pathway for a park fountain, which doubles as another place to sit down. I also hid a bubble machine behind this tree so that bubbles are blowing out all over the fountain, and there's a bubbleoid on the vending machine blowing bubbles too. I wanted a custom school design to put at the entrance to the school area. I couldn't find anything on Pinterest that really matched the color scheme of my island, so I used the search feature in-game to just try to find one. I came across so many cute designs, and it was honestly really hard to choose just one. I'm gonna show some of my favorites on the screen for a second here because these were all way too good and you need to see them. I ended up going with this one here that has a school bus and like the cursive school in green. I think it looked perfect considering my inspiration for this build, the magic school bus. I thought about making an actual school bus on the island, but I ended up not having room for it, so this will have to work. So I added the sign here at the entrance, and I also put a crosswalk signal because I feel like I really correlate crosswalks and crossing the street in general with childhood and with school. I don't know why, and I don't know if it's just me, but I think that crossing the street was just such a big deal when I was a kid. I'll be decorating the inside of the schoolhouse off camera. I'm planning on letting that just be a surprise for you. The first room is already fully decorated as an entirely different theme, not a school theme, and it's pretty cursed, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave it that way. I might add some school themed rooms, but you will see that in the final episode once I do a full final tour of the island. Don't worry though, we are still gonna be designing a classroom today. It'll just be outside. I placed some custom codes on the ground and started setting up the outdoor classroom right against the river. I used a whiteboard and this table with some green and yellow school chairs. Since it's an outdoor classroom, I thought that we could make it more lab themed since I feel like outdoor classes are usually more hands-on like that. So I turned the outdoor class into an ant lab of some sort with an ant farm, microscopes, and I even placed an ant on the ground too. This gyroid is also the teacher. I don't know why, but the gyroid just had teacher energy. I feel like he would give me an F on my lab report though. After adding a small cliff behind the schoolhouse to make this area have a little bit more interest and just to make sure that my island isn't completely flat, I decided to work over here in this nook near the entrance. I wanted to make an area for some lockers and maybe parking. I alternated yellow and white lockers on top of this brick, and I made sure to place a cute item on top of every locker. I think my favorite has to be the cute little rain boots. You can't see it very well, but I did customize each of the lockers with a cute sticker design too. Since this was really starting to feel like a drop-off area, or maybe where the students will like get ready to start school and or leave school, I decided to go ahead and make a parking area here. I tried adding a bike and a skateboard, but the bike just did not fit the way I wanted, so I just decided to leave the skateboard. I made sure to decorate the small cliff that I made earlier with flowers, trees, and a ladder to make it accessible, and I finished up the area with some more custom designs on the ground and this cute balloon to make it a little bit more fun. Now it's time to work on my personal favorite part of this entire schoolyard area, the treehouse library. Reading is something I've always loved, but I especially loved books when I was a kid. So I'm basically gonna build an enchanting treehouse where the child me would have loved to go and read. I was really inspired by this Instagram post from Jilly's Crossing. I love how she used the loft bed, so I decided to pretty much replicate this, but in Ladybug style. I made a 6 wide and 7 deep cliff for the treehouse and then went around and added each of the loft beds. I used 4 loft beds total for this, and I made sure to include a ladder so you could actually climb into the treehouse. I didn't realize until later that you can customize the actual blankets on the bed. I don't know if I'll go back and do that. I kind of don't mind the white bedding that they have now, but I'll see what y'all think. I also planted some trees to really bring it together as a treehouse, and don't forget that this is a treehouse library, so I did add 2 wooden bookshelves in the back to really give that library effect. Now the base of the treehouse was pretty much done, and all that was left was to add decorations. I added the cutest custom codes, this blue cat teapot, some book items, and I had to time travel to grow some baby trees, but it was worth the extra time because look at how cute these are. To finish the treehouse and to make it extra cozy, I placed a teddy bear and a cute cushion for any readers to sit on. Next, I'll be adding a small soccer field to the school grounds. I was not the most sporty or athletic kid when I was in school, but I did play soccer for a very short time. I mean, it still counts, okay? So I thought that a soccer field would be perfect to add here, especially since this bridge connects to the small park that we made in episode 1. These builds all just flow perfectly, and I think that they make sense with the school. For the soccer field, I just made a rectangle with the in-game dirt pathway and added soccer goals on either end. I did add some custom designs on top of the dirt to make it cutesy though. Around the soccer field, I made a seating area, fenced off the school grounds, and decorated the walkway that wraps around here to the bridge. And because it felt a little too quiet around here, I added this Wallapoid who actually looks like a soccer goalie now that I think about it. I almost stopped here, but I decided to take things a bit further because I felt like I wasn't hitting the storybook vibes enough. So I'll be adding a storytelling circle over here beside the treehouse. I started with a row of trees to give a forest look and to kind of encase the area and also enhance the circular shape of the build. This area wraps around to my river over here, which will eventually connect to the neighborhood that I'll be building in the next episode, so I went ahead and placed a brick bridge to go over the water. I knew that I wanted a gyroid to be reading a book in the storytelling circle, especially since we have a gyroid teacher back at the outdoor classroom and we have that one gyroid as the soccer goalie. I wanted to keep going with the gyroid theme, okay? I ended up switching this one out for a different gyroid later, but for now I placed this boomoid on top of some pillows, and the story it'll be reading comes from this adorable pop-up book that has these like 3D flowers. I arranged different pillows and cushions in a circular shape around the gyroid to create the storytelling circle. Of course, we needed some listeners to make this area feel more alive, so I added some plushy friends. I made sure to leave some seats open though for any visitors or if any of the Ladybug villagers want to take a seat over here. Since the area between the new storytelling circle and this bridge over here was pretty small, I went ahead and decorated this transition space today as well. Picnic blankets are the perfect thing for a small area like this, especially right next to the river, so I went with this green blanket and decorated it with some cute and cozy items. Okay, Animal Crossers, I am done decorating the school grounds for Ladybug Island, and now it's time for you to see how it's all come together. Let's take a look at the island map first. I'll show you the before, and then I'll show you the after so you can see all the progress. Hopefully the schoolhouse not being centered with the road doesn't bother you too much. And now let's begin the final walkthrough here at these two filler spaces near the plaza. We've got this adorable seating area with the pink benches. I love how this turned out. I think it looks really perfect, and I've already seen some of my villagers watering the flowers and sitting over here. And across this way we have another little filler space. I think my favorite part is the bubbles that are blowing on the fountain here, and we've got another pink bench, a cute little gyroid. It's all so adorable. There's lots of ladybugs around as well. I even placed one on top of the vending machine, which looks so cute. I'm really happy with how these turned out, and I think that they make for a great entrance into these school grounds, which are right here. We've got our school sign, the crosswalk signal, the school building in the background, which I think looks so cute. I really hope that it resembles a school. You'll have to let me know what you think. We've got our outdoor classroom complete with the gyroid teacher, microscopes, ants, and all that good stuff. We are out here studying the bugs, learning about ants and ant colonies apparently. To the left here we have like the drop-off zone with lockers and a little parking spot, a little happy balloon, just a ton of cute stuff. I really like the custom codes here on the ground as well. We can go up on this ladder and see kind of all the surrounding areas from this cliff. I think it adds a nice backdrop to the school as well. And you can see the storytelling circle, which we'll go look at in greater detail here in a moment. But first, let's check out my favorite part of this entire build, the treehouse library. It looks amazing. I love how you can climb up here and actually take a seat. Like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Thank you again to Jilly's Crossing on Instagram for inspiring me with this build. The layout that she made with the loft beds was genius, and I'm so happy that I added this to Ladybug. I think it looks amazing. You'll have to let me know if you decide to make one too. Over to the left side we have our soccer field with the gyroid goalie. This looks super cool too. I like how simple it is, and I love how it wraps around and connects to the park as well. They kind of are like a dual build now, like they feel like they're connected. I don't know, I hope that makes sense. And we can also head over here. I added this dinosaur stand. I thought that it matched the Magic Treehouse cover that I looked at on Google. And then we have our storytelling circle. This is so cute. I don't know, this and the treehouse are definitely my favorite spots from today's episode. This is so like magical. I don't know, this is giving like nostalgic magic girlhood, and I love it so much. The little magic like rock stone pathway that I used here is really cute, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. And of course there is a little transition space over here that we decorated too. I think that this turned out really sweet. I love the sign with the little house, so you know that there's going to be a neighborhood across the bridge. And we've got our little picnic area too. It all just turned out so sweet. If you enjoyed this video and would like to stick around for the next Ladybug episode, be sure to subscribe and consider leaving a like. Let me know if you think I managed to complete today's goal of creating that silly Miss Frizzle energy and the cozy storybook vibes. And if you made it this far, go ahead and add a ladybug emoji to your comment. Thank you so much to our members for being here. I really appreciate your extra support. It helps me so much in making these episodes. And thank you all for watching another video. I will see you in the next one. Bye!